Arm yourselves! You better reload and destroy yourselves! So now that I'm awake, we're probably going to start with this game. I will probably play some NBA in a bit. I'm in the mood today. I'm kind of getting sick of this running. Not always shooting people. Miss playing my power forward position, shit like that. So thinking about taking a trip back down over to the NBA league today. But whatever. I mean, I know I started up late today, but that's personal reasons that we don't really need to discuss. Easy, I'm up by like 10, but today just wasn't my day. But anyway, welcome to Lamb of God and Call of Duty. This is basically what my life is fucking always gonna be. Trade all the others Detroit. Oh, and in case people do actually give the video wonder what the fuck is in the background, this is probably one of my all-time favorite songs by Cannibal Corpse. This is called Entrails Ripped from a Virgin's Cunt. Oh.
This next song is about shooting blood on your
Oi, come blue. cut it. Neck. Down to roots. Johnny H. Oh, I love that song, Dead Human Collection. That was such a good song. Gallery of Suicide. Put you that bird. Collection! Collection! so long since I've listened to these guys. I forgot how hard they are. Fuck with a noise. Yo, where is motherfucking? Where is that one of them? Lyle, was it? Makes sense why Cannibal Corpse's whole discography went so easy. Is there another middleman I'm missing that started? Oh, I'm not staying anymore. Two god metal bands. Doesn't even make sense. Yay!
Yeah.
What's going on, sir?
Not much. I was watching the end of Far From Home again.
Oh, were ya?
Such a good mind fuck for you, because if you really think about it, like that whole, I love Mysterio as a character. I'm glad they finally brought him into the universe. If he was in like our original cartoons that we watched growing up, he was part of the original Sinister Six and everything, and what was it called? Like it wasn't, was it called The Amazing Spider-Man, or was it called?
Yeah, no, that was there was the Amazing Spider-Man, and then we also had that, like, that early 60s cartoon that was such a big hit that they always aired it in the 90s as well.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the first, like, cartoon series.
Yeah, that one was from the 60s. I think that one was 68 or 69.
No, the one that we watched.
That would have been both. It was a combination, because one was aired constantly from the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, it was so popular from the 60s,
Yeah,
it kept being aired in our era, and then we had the Amazing Spider-Man come out in our era, and it competed with it, and it still aired the older editions anyway.
Well, because when they were releasing those at the same, they were releasing those, and at that time, there wasn't really any superhero movies.
No, there really wasn't, like, TV show-wise, there really wasn't. You just had Spider-Man.
Yeah, but then when it came to, like...
And maybe Batman. I think Batman was the only other TV show we really got big.
There was Batman as well.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it was called, but I remember watching, like, the Batman Beyond the movie, all that.
Yeah, I have those movies still.
Yeah, that was my favorite movie out of the Batman cartoon.
No, Batman Beyond always had the interesting look and ideas. Like, I loved
it wasn't Batman anymore. It was a teenager that was actually a clone of Bruce Wayne that he didn't know of. Like, he didn't know that he was a clone of Bruce Wayne, and he ended up breaking into Wayne Manor to steal the new Batsuit.
Yeah. No, but I also like that the new look of the Batsuit, where it had like those wings on the side of his arms instead of like the big cape.
Yeah. Glider suit.
Yeah, the Batman Beyond suit alone just looked neater than the original Batman suit.
It was like a Batman noir kind of thing.
Yeah. But no, Donald would remember these too. Like, we grew up having like two Spider-Mans, right? Donald, we had that 60s cartoon and the Amazing Spider-Man, right? Yeah, okay, so yeah. My brain was going correctly. That. What about Torchlight 3? I gotta buy.
There's a thing called a job. I hear they're very popular nowadays. And guess what? They pay the people that do them actual money.
Donald would do anything not to do that, okay?
Well, then go to the nearest corner and get to working.
No, this is how me and Donald usually are. When neither one of us really care for the idea of going to work, but we'll do it if we can get a paycheck out of it. Yeah. No, that's true. Like, you didn't mind pumping gas here and there, but you were also stealing from that gas station to supply half of her smoking habits and other shit, so... Yeah, this guy would come home... Well, when you worked at the fucking gas station, you'd always come home and be like, yo, try these new cigarettes we got. Like, they're brand fucking new, and they'd be like, fucking the weirdest thing.
Do you remember those charcoal tips that they came out with, like, years back, like 5 years or something, that was like a hole down in the center of it? When I saw those things, I was like, why the fuck is there a hole in the filter? He's just like, yeah, there's charcoal tip. I was like, that doesn't explain it. Like, it doesn't answer my question. Why the fuck is there a hole down the center of it?
Yeah.
Oh, they do that so you get cancer faster. Got it.
Yeah, and then they have those weird snap ones that could go from like a regular cigarette to a menthol and just snap in a bead in like the fucking end of the cigarette.
Yeah, it was in the center of it, yeah. The center of the filter, you'd snap it and yeah, turn it into a menthol.
Yeah, it was like a what brand? There was only one brand that did it too. I think it was Next.
I don't know it.
Next.
Yeah, it was
the Next snaps.
I smoked a lot of, like, when I smoked, I did smoke main Next with my brand.
Yeah, no, I usually smoke next after a while because I started on the richer brands and then they got too expensive for us to afford. Like, I
Next is
started on
probably
Demoriers and shit like that.
right now. Lauriers aren't really that expensive anymore.
Really?
They're not, but they're cheap. You could walk into any gas station and pretty much get Demoriers for like fucking $5 on the pack, kind of like a neck.
Man, I almost wanted to cry because last time I bought a pack of Demoriers, they were like $15 fucking. I almost wanted to cry.
They're not that much anymore. I think the highest, like, single pack of smokes you can get is like $11 nowadays.
Okay.
Because I don't smoke.
Because Export A's used
like,
to be really expensive too, and same with Belmonts. Like, all three of those brands were fucking out the ass.
They were like the top of the top, and yeah, they were in every gas station. They were like 15. There's been one.
Fucking the bitch stick.
My grandma smoked those for like a year. I was like, come on, grandma, I can't even use these for tobacco.
Duty.
Come
I
on,
had to
Greg.
snap like 6 pieces off to fucking use it for one bong. He's like, there, I got a popper, finally, after a whole carton.
Yeah.
You would literally take a whole smoke, rip it all off, and then fold it into a little piece, and be like, there we go. A single rip. A single rip.
Is that the reason we learned to use loose tobacco, Donald? Was because of the bitch sticks? Just empty out all the loose tobacco and fucking pack it into one.
I used to do that in like 5th grade, loose tobacco. I used to like roll my own. But yeah, I can't use anything less now. Like if I smoke even DKs nowadays, I'll fucking vomit. In the tobacco, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a menthol blend. Yeah. Well, they try to do it kind of like a joint. They tried to make it like a flavored joint type deal, because it's weed in the middle and flavor around the outside. So. I still hate those. Like I can't even use flavored papers. Shit.
I don't mind them depending on the flavor. Watermelon I'm pretty okay with.
I
And
tried
orange.
like pretty much every single one of them. Like 3 different brands. Juicy, fucking Backwoods, and
What are we talking about?
Cigarettes.
Because I joined you.
it went from
Oh,
cigarettes
okay.
to the explain.
Cigarettes to fucking
I was like-
flavored
I
paper.
was like, what the fuck
We
are they
originally started
talking
off with
about?
that. I can tell you that.
You will. You
Like my
will find
fucking
out.
my sister at one point, I needed a bong, so she gave me a zong, and when I first took a hit out of it, I realized something. Apparently, for however long this bong was being used, it seems like anyone who did a popper out of it, for some reason, some coincidence, they all used menthols. Because for a year and a half, every single bong I smoked tasted like a fucking mint. Just mint all the time, and I was like, why? I'm using the strongest cigarettes. That's what I asked her. I'm like, so did you all have like a cult of menthols or something? Like, this is what this shit tastes like. Did you fucking wash it with toothpaste? Because it was gross for a year and a half. And then I got rid of it. I was like, take the shit back. Yeah, I was like, take the shit back. I don't want it anymore. It did taste like a
Our probably worst one was not even the fact our bong ever smelled like toothpaste. It was the fact we could never clean the motherfucker and it was constant sludge because fucking grandma and grandpa sat right outside the bedroom we always sat in. So we had to like
Well, that
magician a
wasn't an
bong
issue for me.
through our shirt to the bathroom while one of us were taking a piss. We wanted it clean.
That wasn't an issue for me. Whenever I started smoking bongs, I was allowed to smoke bongs in the house.
Well, see, Grandpa 90% of the time didn't care if he caught us while everybody was gone because it was smoke all the weed before Grandma got home to murder us. Fine.
Yeah. Basically, my whole family's potheads. The only one in my family that's not a pothead is me. One sister. And I drunk my life on my dad.
No, our grandma was the one that would rip our heads off for catching us smoking weed. Grandpa caught us smoking weed more times than we can count. It was always smoke all that before Grandma caught us.
Yeah, no, the first time I ever got caught, I got in shit, but then after that, they just got over it.
I don't know, I went from Donald wasn't allowed to supply us with anything to I was allowed to party with Donald. Very much.
What happened?
He wasn't supposed to buy me and Jace liquor, weed, none of that kind of shit, and eventually we just started scheming so much that they gave up on the idea and let me start going out to parties.
I only drank for a year, so I never came around to the time where I asked anyone to buy me any alcohol.
Oh no, we just
Well, that's the best thing to do. Drink it before you can take it back. Give that back. It's already gone, sir. It's already gone. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Cowboy.
That's what we compromised. He gave me a beer for the $10 a day. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They'll never catch us.
Yeah, but then there was the time they thought you were getting us to steal their weed to give it to you for the cigarettes when they just realized, no, we just figured out the economy circle on our own.
That weed's everywhere.
No, we figured that Donald didn't want to just give us the cigarettes, but we could easily get the weed faster than what, and that's something he could miss. So we figured we had one thing he wanted, and he had the other that we wanted.
Why? I mean, that depends. Like, it just depends on their
Try to be the reasonable older sibling.
It depends on their tolerance. Like, if they've never smoked and they take one puff of a fucking blunt, that could literally fuck them up for the rest of the day. Depending on who the person is. Like, it can't be like, oh yeah, just give them this amount. What if that amount puts them in a coma? No, that's what. See, that's where we differ. That's where we.
Yeah, no, Donald was actually more the responsible one when we were smoking weed and shit. He always made sure we were around and okay, so.
No, I'd kick your ass out. I'd be get the fuck out. Don't eat my ham. Yeah, my mom had that. Yeah. Handful, yeah. That's what I do at my dad's. I go in there like when I got older. I was like, yeah, here we go. I think that's the point of stealing. The person, like the person owning is it knowing. Yeah. No.
Yeah, we
Like,
figured out the
it's
circle of
just
the
giving you
economy.
back
We
what
had
you
something.
already had.
Yeah, we had something he wanted, and he had something we wanted, so we figured to trade.
See, if I never needed both, I just went to my dad's, because when in his bedroom he had like a fucking one of these round wooden like containers, like this giant ass fucking container, and then there would be like 3 different bags of weed, and then like a carton of cigarettes. Take 2 cartons of cigarettes, take a bag of weed, and run like a motherfucker every week, because that's when they would re-up. And so I'd walk in after school when they were at work. My dad was a cab driver, so every day my stepmom went to pick up my stepbrother, and I just walk in, fucking pick the lock with a spoon, and then walk back out. Everyone there knew me, so I was like, they didn't really care. They knew I was always there anyway. And so I just walk in, take that shit, walk out. Dad would call me the next like hour or two. Did you take my shit? No. Okay. Didn't even fucking question it. I don't know, I guess I got lucky. I never actually had to bum off anybody, like, besides my dad taking this shit, but other than that, I never had to, like, go around. Can I have a smoke? Can I have a joint? No, got lucky in that case, we did. Yep. First thing, yeah. I'd walk to the section at St. Teresa's, and that was the first thing that happened, because I'd always have, like, the name brands. Everyone else was smoking natives. And they were like, oh, you have natives today? I'd be like, no, I don't. I can't smoke natives. I never could. I hated the taste of them.
Yeah, no, when he was at the Adult Learning Center, I used to come over from MSS, and there used to be a kid in the trail at St. T's that would literally pack you the fattest fucking bowl. And he would make it a challenge that if you could clear the entire bowl, you would know him $5 for the bowl.
Oh, then that just made a once in a
Yeah, he pretty much put it like a gram inside of a bowl and charged you $5 if you couldn't pull it.
That's just a once in a lifetime night.
Yeah.
Nobody at St. Teresa's nowadays would do that shit.
Yeah, I remember the one time he showed us like a picture of a nug on his like phone, and it was like the size of his fucking Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that guy was fucking awesome. Yeah.
Daryl with the blue hat.
Yeah, this guy would literally just come sit in the trail. Usually me and Donald and our other brother would have all our own weed and shit. We'd all share our own weed together, and then fucking everybody would try to mooch off this guy because he'd come with a huge bag of weed. So he'd just start fucking making everybody smoke like 1 gram bowls and if you didn't pull, it was like $5.
Yeah, they're fucking seagulls. Fine. Majority of like any high school student, if they come up to you and you got weed, like majority of them will ask to bum until like next week, and then that's the annoying part. Nice stuff. You can bum. You can bum. For like a year or two starter, like if you've been smoking for a year or two, that's kind of challenging. But if you've been smoking for like 4 years, a gram is a normal bowl to you at that point. If you've been smoking for 4 years and you smoke bowls, you always you don't fucking bust your weed anymore. You just grab a nug and you stamp that and it's in there. That's why I don't smoke bowls. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like if you've been smoking for like only a few years or something like that, then it's going to be a little bit challenging. But after like the 5th or whatever 6 years, it kind of just becomes the norm.
Yeah, I don't know. After seeing the weed we smoked on the weekend, I thought most of us could handle it. Fuck, the weed we smoked on the weekend usually made us drool and like not move. So. Yeah, no, I can't do two poppers in one breath anymore, Donald. That doesn't work with me no more. Fuck.
I can probably do 2, but in like all of high school, I was able to do 3 to 4.
Yeah.
I was able to do like in grade 9 to like 10. I was able to do 3 to 4, and now I can probably do just 2. But I'd rather not. Yeah, I'd rather like no. That's to me that's just a waste of weed.
Probably everything's more fun on PC with mods. I want to get Red Dead Redemption 2 on a PC so I can mod some of the shit they took out of that game back into it to actually get a better look at it. Other than what I've seen on YouTube, because they took out the legendary catfish they've catfished everybody with. I spent 3 days trying to get the last legendary fish after I did the whole bullshit to find out it's not even there.
Yeah, a few $1,000 for a decent PC. Dude, PCs are expensive. If you want like a half decent one, you better be willing to shell out like $2 to $3 grand. That's like cheap for a good PC. For a decent PC, that's cheap. No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like the bare minimum of what you want, I guess. If you're just going for your first PC, $3,000 would probably be your best cap. And then beyond that, it's like probably 20,000. Because some people are
because like you can, there apparently like Red Dead was some.
Well, yeah, that's why a lot of people have liquid cooling and stuff like that for their PCs.
Well, all the.
That's what, I know. I know. It's expensive. Water cool. Well, it all runs through a tubing that kind of just cools everything down through the center of it. It all runs and then goes back out. But it still should be like.
See, what really sucks though is what we got for Red Dead 2 is really not. Was not their original idea, because Red Dead 2 was supposed to follow like GTA 5 and we were supposed to get like 3 main characters.
It was never supposed to follow GTA 5.
No. I mean, like in the layout, we're supposed to have like more than one main character. We weren't supposed to just play Arthur. We were supposed to be able to play, I think, Bill, Javier, and one other. I think it was Sadie. I think Sadie was the last playable character.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on the game, because like Call of Duty and stuff like that started on console and ported over to PC, because PCs weren't as advanced as consoles for a long time. For gaming. Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Bulky as fuck, yeah. 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 For graphic design and stuff like that at the time. For like websites and stuff. Early websites for the school. Because Mac got popular. Yeah. Linux. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. That's more motion cap, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it? No, that was a little bit of it, yeah. Like the facial features, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yep. No, but nowadays, like, it still takes hours to design a character if you don't have an idea of what your character... If you know what your character is altogether, then boom, your shit could run to that in like 10 minutes. Yeah. Yep. Well, it depends, like, because all gaming companies have, like, specific computers and they're, like, the best of the best. Top of the line. Whatever you... They're not even, like, available to us. On your actual PC itself, yeah. Yeah, like a gaming company could do that in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And still do other shit. Yeah. Yep, I don't know. That's how it works nowadays because it's a lot better. But, like, we were just jumping over to, like, PS5 now. Imagine what it's going to be in, like, 20, 30 years. It's going to be a lot better for PC. PC grows a lot faster because, like, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of fucking companies working on PC development and shit like that. When it comes to, like, consoles, only the console developers, like Sony and fucking Microsoft, they're only ones that are worried about their consoles. So there's two, one each. No, you have to go on and get certain mods meant for your console. Yeah, obviously, I'm not gonna download PC mods to a console. Mods, yeah. Because that game though can handle, PC can handle a lot more. PC can just run better shit. That's why they have more shit. They can run everything without really any problem. Consoles have issues with frames. Yeah. Yep. Well, don't you have to turn bigger? Don't you have to turn bigger pieces of code into smaller amounts of code to fit? So you have to work around that. Yeah, you have to work around. Say you have like a fucking. You have this one big piece of code that you fit that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have one piece of code that fits into a PC that same size code isn't gonna fit into a console the way it does into a PC. You have to dumb it down for the console to understand it and be able to run it. Uh-huh. Yeah, it'd be a lot. Yeah. PlayStation Yeah. Yeah, like the first thing that comes up in the game or whatever. Yeah, I think it'll be better on PlayStation 5 though. Like I think they'll be able to compete with most consoles for a couple of years. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They have to add more to make it compatible. And more annoying, yeah, to actually be able to. More coding needed to make it work. Well, yeah, most of them aren't really working on mods for PC, for consoles. Most console developers aren't really working on mods. Console. Yeah, they wouldn't exactly know how to. They would know how to start, but not know how to get through it all because they were. Yeah, it's like you wrote a science fiction book, but then you try and go write a romance novel. You know how to start it, but you don't know how the fuck to process the actual story of it. It's just like, okay, I'm lost now. Yeah. Yeah, you can learn it. Like, that's how you develop a skill. You learn it. But it's, yeah, it'd be easier for a developer to learn that skill than just say someone that knows nothing at all about coding. Because then they would have to start from fucking square one. Yeah. Hopefully, like I said though, hopefully consoles are able to compete. Like I think they are with the next couple of years when they come out. Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's also been like talked about how it's a lot better processing speeds, memory. Fucking, we're able to download a lot more, a lot faster now. The cooling is a lot better. Like, have you watched the teardown video for the PS5? Oh, that's what I'm saying though. Have you seen the teardown? Okay, well, if you end up watching it, it has the biggest fucking heat sink that we have ever seen. It takes up the majority of the inside. That's what's in there. I don't know exactly. I don't know. It's all I know is it's big as fuck. Plus, they have two venting, so like both sides of the. Yeah, that you're. Yeah. And, yeah, but like another thing that they've been developing for years, like secretly, they've been working on liquid metal for the CPU, or was it a CPU or a GPU? It was the fucking little, yeah, the square. And it's liquid metal though, and so it's like it's solid, but it shimmers like it's liquid, and it's for cooling specifically, and it's like a new thing that they've been developing that no other console has or has had. But, well, yeah, you'll have to, yeah. You'll have to get more. Eventually, they'll release it like they started releasing the thermal paste because eventually like Sony specifically releases a set. Well, yeah, it's liquid metal. It would probably come in like different packaging and stuff like that to actually keep it in the certain state that it is. Or you might actually have to send it off to Sony to get redone, depending on how complicated of a process it is. Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's like a new thing for consoles that no other console is using, just PlayStation. And it, what? It depends. I don't know. A lot, like the majority of PlayStation 4 games are being ported over to PlayStation 5. The majority. There's only like probably within like 50 to 75 games that wouldn't be able to be transferred, and that's like older games. Probably like PlayStation 1. But eventually they'll probably release like that of those games, like on PlayStation 4 they released the Ezio collection. For all the old. See, like the reason I'm buying a PlayStation 5 though is because like I feel like I have more faith in them and they have more faith in their console to outdo Xbox, because they're only releasing one version of it. Like there's two, yes, but it's all the same. That's it, yeah. It's gonna get better though, because like you have to admit, PlayStation has always had the best exclusives. You're not able to get them on Xbox. So yeah, the best that Xbox has is Halo. Yeah, the best exclusive is Halo, I'm guessing, for fucking Xbox. Yep.
Yeah.
No discs. Yep. Yeah, that's what I had too. I think I have 3. I buy all my games digital. Yeah, just for the look of it. That's why I'm getting the... No, it depends what you like when I say this, because like the games that are coming up are gonna be really, really good, and they're classics. Like Ratchet and Clank's coming out, and it looks fucking amazing. God of War's coming out with another game. We haven't really seen anything for it, but it's gonna be all about
Spider-Man's newest game's coming out for both systems.
Coming out.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Like they get bigger and bigger over time. Well, it depends on the game, because like when you... It depends how, I guess, how you think, because when it comes to me, I love story games completely. Like, those are my favorite games, RPGs, all the way. And when it comes... I just lost my train of thought. And when it comes to those types of games, my brain doesn't really go there as like as yours is when it comes to, oh, they're missing this, or missing... It sometimes does, with like games that I'm really in love with, but yeah, like for yeah. You'll see, like, I never got into Kingdom Hearts or anything like that. Those are really good RPGs, though, I know that. Like, I understand they're amazing. I just don't like them. Butt mashers. See, that's why I'm happy about like just God of War nowadays, because like the last game, they changed it from all the button mashing. They said, kind of get rid of that shit and let's put some story and technique into this, and that's where they're going with the next game. And I'm happy with that, because they still got that all blood and gore. All the kings.
Oh, for Kingdom Hearts? I'm in the jungle in that game.
I watched my cousin play that, but I never played it. See, that's where I focus on a lot of story.
Reloading. Enemies here. Enemy in the bus.
Yep.
You.
Yep. Maybe just want to focus on the story. Good more.
Reloading. I'm with you.
To bring up Assassin's Creed though, like I feel like with them, they're a bit more confident with their stories, so they can throw in that stuff for the majority of the games. But when it comes to a certain few, sorry Travis, but Connor, he sucked. He was the dullest motherfucker in the world, and I took offense to that because I'm native, and I'm just like, bruv, we're dull?
Enemies in the area.
Well, it's just, he's a good character, it's just he had no personality.
Enemy VTOL jet in the AO. They're falling behind. Regroup.
It was less Assassin's Creed, more Pirates of the Caribbean, but that's why you like it. Assassin stuff. Or, like, piracy. Okay, like base seals. Yeah. Well, I get that because that's what the game I guess was supposed to be. But they were still trying to make it more of like a lore-based kind of thing. It was trying to fill in pieces of the lore. Also attacking each other. Who's coming? See, I like that game though for like the historical figures though, because like not a lot of people knew that Blackbeard was a real pirate, and that he actually fucking lit like that didn't really focus in the game, but he had lit fuses tied to his beard. I mean, in real life, he was one of the most feared pirates in his time. Over a span of like 4 years, he took over like 200 ships or something like that, and then he got his head chopped off. No, the other is he got his head chopped off and stuck to the top of the front of a boat. I feel like that's probably how he died, though. If you were gonna take out the most notorious pirate that took out a couple hundred ships in the span of 4 years, are you just gonna throw his head to the side or mandatory on your ship? Yeah, by the British. He was by the British and shit like that. Well, it was the British that was trying to chase him because they were trying to rule the seas. They were trying to take over all the seas and make it British territory. No, yeah, and he was sinking them, taking them over. Spanish, yep. Yep, they were Spanish, yep. I know. Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know.
Got enemy inbound. Lock and load.
Yep, and then went on his way. Picked up a crew, and then he was off. Yep. And then within 4 years that he took over that many ships and then died. I don't know.
I have a kill.
Oh yeah. He was like, fuck the British. We're down in your tea and biscuits.
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Yeah. To get the money. Yeah.
Enemy at the back alley.
Be advised. Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
This is why he became one, like, if not the most notorious, one of the most notorious pirates ever, too. To tell the story. Okay. He needed people to tell the story, basically. It was kind of like Dead Man Tells No Tales on the Pirates of to the Caribbean. Well, if they're dead, well, they're not going to talk about me,
Enemy at the back
and I'm
alley.
not going to be. I'd be scared too. This guy lights fuses and sticks them to his fucking beard and walks into battle like a badass. I'm good. I ain't fucking.
Enemy at the
Wants
standing
money,
zone.
but he already has enough, so he's never coming to pick it up, and we're going to jail. He had fucking ships and like he hid all his treasure on islands and shit like that, so he had enough. I'm guessing none of that got found either. Like all of his shit. The majority of it probably never got found. Yeah, like a certain amount of air to breathe. Yeah,
Enemy at the back alley.
black flag.
Halfway there, keep fighting.
Yeah, black. They still do that nowadays a little bit, but with like those, like it's in emergency issues only. Like those big weight bags that bring stuff up from the bottom. There is a mountain of air in them, so if they're stuck at the bottom, you could go in one of those and breathe. Yeah, it's just a small air pocket because if the only way it would fully submerge is if you flipped it over. Yeah, and if it flipped, it would fill up with water. That's what I'm saying. Like, it flipped over top all the water before then. But yeah, no, that was a real thing. And they still sort of use that today in emergency issues, but we have air tanks, so.
Friendly counter
How
UAV.
deep it is, yeah. They would tie it like 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet.
Be advised, friendly
Enemy at the
light
cargo
contract
container.
inbound. Friendly
The battery
works
just for that, they literally could have gone anywhere. Most places were undiscovered and islands were uncharted and stuff like that, only by the person hiding them. Fucking maybe the crew. Oh yeah, he definitely plays booby traps. I guarantee he definitely did. There's no way it's just like, oh, fucking Blackbeard's treasure.
We're
We're
winning
good.
this, keep it tight.
Water. Oh yeah, no. But that's what I'm saying, like the majority of his treasure probably was lost.
Enemy Wilson
Did he?
deployed.
Like a lot of pirates. Yeah, only him. That's the thing, like, he died, he was lost. There was no information given about where he hid his shit. It was probably both. Oh, that was the beat.
Solid work.
I don't know.
Enemy at the back alley.
Empty. Like, we're done. Yeah, he dipped out. He definitely. Yeah, easily. But I feel like within that time, depending on how long they waited, he would have been spotted. Because that's a lot. That would take at least a day. Yeah. That's why I'm wondering how long they wait. That would be like a day's fucking row. 20 miles, man. Too much time. Well, we could have easily just went a different direction. No. He definitely could have. That's one of the most deadly ships on the fucking seas. You're not just gonna scuttle over to it and be like, knock knock, Blackbeard, you over? You up? He goes down with the ship, that's where it came from. Why the fuck would I go down? I'm out.
Got enemy inbound. Lock and load.
That proclaimed to be.
Got your 6.
Throwing grenade!
Got your 6. Got your 6. Got your 6.
Apparently it was like Mark. On November 22nd, Blackbeard's forces were defeated and he was killed in a bloody battle on Okarope Island or something. Legend has it that Blackbeard, who his briefing pirates received 5 musket ball wounds and 20 sword lacerations before dying. So they don't know exactly how he died, but they knew when he died. His ship was taken over, and then, yeah, he supposedly. It was November 22nd. Here, click on it. Comanche. Queen's Revenge served as a flagship of a cargo ship featuring up to 4 vessels and more than 200 men each. Yeah, winning the popular name of Blackbeard for his long dark beard. Really? Which he was said to light on fire during battles to intimidate his enemies. It wasn't fire, it was the lit fuses, yeah. That sent out flames of smoke to make him look like a demon from hell. That was his mentality. Like, I want to look like I came from hell. Queen Anne's Revenge and another vessel were shipwrecked, forcing Blackbeard to desert a 3rd ship and most of his men because of a lack of supplies. With the single remaining ship, Blackbeard sailed to Bath in North Carolina and met with the governor. Charles Eden agreed to pardon Blackbeard in exchange for a share of his sizable booty. He had a big booty, huh? At the request of North Carolina planters, Governor Alexander Spotswood of Virginia dispatched the British Naval Force under Lieutenant Robert Maynard to North Carolina to deal with Blackbeard. On November 22nd, Blackbeard's forces were defeated and he was killed in a bloody battle of Ocracoke Island. Legend has it that Blackbeard captured more than 30 ships in his brief pirating career, received 5 musket ball wounds and 20 lacerations before dying on second.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Carolina. So yeah, they said, we'll pardon you, but give me like half your treasure or something like that, some amount of your treasure. And then the other guy that was originally chasing him was like, no, we're still coming for you. Yeah, this was America that was pardoning, and it was British naval forces under Lieutenant Robert Maynard that went to North Carolina to deal with him, and on the local part. Just that they don't know exactly. Yeah. The British academy. Yeah, they were all, tensions were already high.
Oh, Donald, did you see that one meme I shared about that where it's like, the British are coming, and he's like, unlike your fucking wife, Nathaniel. And he's like, fuck you, Paul, and he's like, well, don't be waking people up then.
Well, they couldn't just take it back. It was proclaimed from over a bunch of different people. They're not like, who'd you take this from? Oh, him, her, that was good right there. No. You took money and we don't know who the fuck to give it back to. We're just gonna keep it. Money for weapons and stuff like that.
That's one dead.
Well, it's because they're poorer, so obviously in poorer places.
Friendly sentry gun online.
They're like $10 more in Canada. Oh, they can fix something.
Changing mag.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because they were part of it originally, had money from them, and then just split off and said, no, we're not giving this shit back. Blackbeard came over and he said, we'll split this. I don't know if they did split it. I don't know if they did. He said, we will pardon. Yeah, he said, we will pardon you if you give me a sizable piece of this treasure that you have proclaimed. And then the other guy was like, I'm still coming over to kill him. That's like, you want. Of art and treasure and stuff like that. Probably because, like, you have to imagine where all the shit came from. So America can't just be like, oh, the fucking crown jewels of England, I'll take those. Yeah. That's the main reason that Canada and America don't go to war. It's because we're trading. We're still trading. The majority of aluminum to America comes from Canada, and the majority of like some produce and stuff like that, like I think metals, other shit, like come from America. But America's an import-export country. We are an import, sort of export country. We export to one country. America exports to quite a few. Yeah. It's like, we were close to fucking splitting that off, like, not too long ago, a few months ago. Trump called it off. We put tariffs on our aluminum, which means that we had to pay to send it to America. We got taxed for sending America aluminum. And it was like, no, we're just stopping sending you aluminum then. What do you think your beer cans are made out of? Aluminum, you dumb fucks. Have fun in the next week. You'll be begging for our aluminum back. You'll be reusing beer cans. On aluminum was high. Like 80 some odd % was coming from Canada. It's like, have fun with that 20%, man. You're making soda with that. Yep. Yeah, you can't, no. It's not like, melt it down, remake it. No. Not how that shit works. You have to go through Canada for the majority of Europe. But it's like, whatever. We have gone to war with America. We have won against America before, and I don't know where it's gone from there, because I know America hasn't responded. I'm not saying we're more powerful, because America obviously has the most powerful army. That's where the majority of their fucking funding goes. But it probably does, to be honest. They spend a lot of money on experimental shit. They can... Maybe not long term yet.
Enemy at the center.
That was from like World War. That was like from the First World War or some shit in the second. Yep. They already control like the majority of the satellites, all that shit. Yeah, we got quite, and a lot, like, if America attacked us, if America set an attack on us, all the other nations would probably fucking respond. Yeah, they're like, oh, okay, it's time, let's go.
Got you.
thing is, it's like a lot of people think it would take. I don't know if I'm on this, but like strongly on this side of this, but like a lot of people think it would just take one decently sized EMP to fuck America, because you could take out one of the biggest cities with a decently sized. But that would just be like government. Oh yeah. You know. I feel like if you woke up a super volcano, that wouldn't just fuck up America, though. No, I said, no, I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying if you do, that's not just gonna fuck up America. It's a super volcano. It would probably just Canada. Yeah. Monitor, like, a lot of, like, Earth activity.
They've reached the halfway point. Get moving.
Depending on how you go at
Enemy
it. Yeah.
vehicles.
Oh yeah, for geology, oh yeah, because they had fucking, the whole population, they fucked up their whole land. They're mining all of it, they're fucking building on all of it, tearing down all the fucking trees. It's like, bro, you're basically on peanut brittle at this point. Yeah. Fucking, hey America, want to become the new Atlantis?
Well, I was gonna say, I think New Orleans is already making that happen.
It would take a lot to get fucking. That would suck, man. It's just like fucking New Orleans, just sunk. I don't know, just a bunch of drunk people. Mardi Gras. I guess we'll have to throw that. We'll have to throw beads from naked women at different windows this year. I'm sorry, people. You just see giant fucking martini glasses floating above the water with fucking. That's all that remains. We survived. We're the last survivors. We're all just floating there. We survived, not for long. Hit them. Oh, give it enough time. Oh yeah, they definitely will. I'm not doubting that. Like, give it fucking 10 years, man. Look what the position they're in right now.
Enemy personal radar
They
overhead.
basically fucked themselves with presidential choices this time. Because now it's Trump, the person that you've seen for the last fucking 2 years or whatever, that you know will fuck it up. And then you got Bernie. And you know, he gonna fuck it up too.
Enemy cruise missile.
Yep. Get over it.
Enemy care package inbound.
No. America landed a free. America landed $100 bill.
Abort mission. Regroup.
Changing.
We're all fucked in the end though, like, give it another. Yes. And they fucked up. They fucked up when it comes to that. When it comes to Canada, we have one of the biggest countries, but they have, like, they've populated, they have one of the most biggest populations. That was bad wording. Maybe not. Billy, stop trying to get the paper. I will fire. We're all fucked though. Give it 100 years. We've all fucked the Earth. Population. No, I'm not just saying Corona. I'm saying throughout time we have fucked our planet. There is global warming and shit like that. Canada's last ice cap literally just collapsed.
Good impact. Still hot. Going again.
Yeah, we changed it. We changed it. Is it getting hotter and hotter nowadays? Yes. Why? Because the fucking ozone's disappearing.
Get out there. Promote the company.
Enemy movement.
Enemy in the buses. We pulled ahead.
That we caused though. Like, it's not just, oh, Earth wants to fuck with you today. It's no, we fucked ourselves. How much shit we got going on. I don't, yeah. Yes, carbon.
Reloading. Stand by.
Hotter and hotter, yeah.
Fuck her.
Enemy in the courtyard.
Like this, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, literally, Canada is gonna become like a fucking water wonderland. Fucking our last ice cap was just like splash. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get warmer and warmer.
Still hot. Going.
Or getting colder.
We're in the lead.
Like, already in the desert, naturally through a time, it has always been freezing fucking cold in the desert. Just at night. I don't know why, it just has. But now it's getting worse.
Enemy in the courtyard.
Yeah, now it's just like, have an extra hour on us. Yeah, that aren't supposed to have much.
We're seeing less snow through the winters than normal.
I feel like we still see quite a bit of snow though over Canada.
Like,
man.
no, we do, but like, but the snowing times are so fucking far-fetched now to the point we don't get it till like late December, and it doesn't come to like fucking.
Yes, it comes in later. The season more or less has extended. Not winter.
Well, no, sometimes like it even ends still around its normal time. It should though. That's the fucked up part. But we still get like it bad, but it's just shorter now for some odd reason.
Right
Enemy
there.
in the courtyard.
Bring in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not saying, like what I was saying about the world ending. I'm not saying because of COVID. I'm saying we were ending it before then. I give us 100 years before we completely fuck ourselves.
Good impact. Still hot.
Yeah.
Enemy at the scaffold.
All they wanted was money. Well, see, a lot of people were like, when it comes to goodbye.
Changing back.
No, I know. I already knew that.
We've discussed that a couple of times of why that is so
I
fucking
knew this when I was like
backwards.
fucking 7. I was like, were they just trying to fuck with people? I want to go to war. Goodbye. That's what they believe. Scientists actually believe that's how they were in the past, though. They believe that Greenland was actually green and Iceland was actually fucking full of ice.
Enemy near Main Street.
Yeah, and green and full lens.
Reloading.
Yeah, water pump. Yeah, hydroponic. Yep. 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 Yep.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Hydroponics have, I've been around for years and years though. Like, that's not even like a new thing. It's just growing. It's when people want to do it.
Reloading.
Yeah. Yeah. Stack. Yeah, it's stack. Yeah. I've seen actually videos of warehouses that have automated like rotating like platforms and they grow weed. This was about a weed one, but they like eat and vegetables. But they had all these like planters and then they all rotated like a fucking giant car lift. And they had like 7.
Enemy near Main Street.
Yep. And they also use fish though, because in a different room they have giant ponds, and that's where all the water comes from, and all the fish waste and stuff like that, nutrients that go in for the fish, that all goes to the
Enemy
plant.
care package inbound.
That all goes to the plant. Boy, I'm excited.
Enemy at the scaffold.
It is cool though. It's like that's the thing. Like they advanced that so farmers could farmers came up with that, these scientists or whatever farmers, so they could grow their stocks inside and not have to worry about the winter and killing all the shit. Yeah,
Enemy
in
spotted.
certain places.
Enemy at the courtyard. Enemy care
Yeah.
package inbound.
It was for places. Yeah, it was for the majority of places that couldn't grow for as long as like fucking say Arizona or stuff like that. Places that get a
Enemy
lot of
UAV
sun.
overhead.
It was like, oh, it's all the stuff they just grow inside. Oh, you don't want to do soil? Then do fucking giant tanks of water going through the roof. Yeah. Like some places you get like fucking 2, 3. And so it's like that's not enough to grow all the vegetables and produce that we need for everyone. Yeah, it grows throughout that 3 months, or it takes that little of time to grow. So that's why everyone was like, let's just do this shit indoors where we can do it all year round. Never have to stop.
Enemy cluster strike incoming. Take cover.
Hydroponics, like, yes, there's universities that give that as a elective, yeah. Stuff like that. You can study that.
Enemy cluster strike incoming. Take cover.
Reloading.
Yeah. They teach a lot of this stuff now in like agriculture classes, like classes that are designed to make farmers and stuff like that. To make like, not farmer, but sorta. We need a lot of people to come together. It's just like we're all divided. Oh yeah, no, they've ruined their land pretty much. They populated all of it. Over left, yeah, they have a bigger population, but we got a bigger country. No, we didn't know fucking. We'll be up in trees.
We're getting hammered. Step it up.
It's gonna be a Hitler scenario. They're all gonna come here and freeze to death. We didn't pack parkas. Whatever they have left here, yeah. Realistically, all we would have to do is we would just yeah. She, but they've always been kind of peaceful. France is less fight, more cheese, please. Oh yeah, No. You want to go to fall? Here we go. Let's join up. The only ones we keep out is like fucking South Korea. Like, no, Kim Jong-un, you stay over there with your nukes. We don't want them. Really, like what I was gonna say though, realistically, all we would have to do is target their fucking like nuclear plants and shit like that. We would just have to fucking set those off, and they'd be fucked. Oh no! Come at us, bro. Step a little. I dare ya. Shit. Oh yeah. Well, he was like he was only the second president, I'm pretty sure, in history to get like an impeachment put on him, and then that went through. That didn't go through. Like it fucking fell through, and it was just like, alright, okay. Like he did all that shit, and none of the fucking witnesses wanted to come in at the very like they didn't come in for the testimonies. They were all talking, and then the other one. He did it for probably money. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, right now he's kind of poor because like he didn't accept the presidential salary. That was a big thing when he went in, and it's like, you know, you just fucked yourself, right? Kind of like you live comfortably, you make no money. He doesn't. Yeah. He'll get them. Yeah. He'll get them back.
I have a kill.
Yeah. But like even the thing is, he doesn't want to be done because he said if I lose, I'll consider it false. I'll consider it like a phony. He said this like publicly in an interview in front of the White House. He's like, if I lose, then I'll consider it like a hoax. I'll like a fixed ballot. That was his exact words in front of the White House in an interview. He said, if I lose, I'll consider it a fixed ballot. Yep. Yeah, like the rich. The old.
Enemy at the wood.
Yeah.
Enemy UAV over.
A strike. Yeah, a strike. Yeah, a strike. No, because he's all about like.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Yeah. But that's not the majority. Like he doesn't have the majority. He does not control the majority. That's the thing. Like he's losing at this time. I don't exactly know. I just remember hearing that he was losing by a little bit, like quite a little bit, after the debate. No, like I said, I didn't know for sure. I just remember hearing that he was losing by quite a little bit after the debate. Either way, if either one of them wins, they're fucked.
Friendly UAV over.
Bernie was endorsing fucking Hillary and Bill. when they were in their office and they were doing a bunch of shady shit, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm okay with that." It's really not, man. It's old rich people. If they control the world, they fucking know.
Reloading.
No, I know. I know. I know.
Enemies halfway there.
No, I know. Like, they're not trying to, like, right now, they're barely trying to do anything about Corona. The only reason they're doing anything is because other countries are making them work with them on.
Enemy at the train tracks.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's what I said. All we'd have to target is those, pretty much. We don't have very, I think we have like a handful of them, and they're very, very, very far apart. Yeah, they're nowhere near any population whatsoever. They're in the middle of fucking Norfolk, Idaho. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And we don't really experiment too much. Yeah, we don't experiment too much with them like fucking America was doing, and they fucking blew up. One of their places, fucking Korea did the same damn thing. It's like, you guys haven't learned, have you? Fusion. Oh, I know, like, there was a meltdown of their reactor. Yeah. Well, I was talking about Hiroshima. Like, there was a meltdown there a long time ago, and it made the place uninhabitable, and it still will be uninhabitable for fucking quite some time. Depends where, because yes, they have launched nukes into the ocean before, but like in very like secure locations.
Sentry gun active.
Yeah, and then fucking what was the other place?
Enemy at the shipping area.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, because they have, yeah. There's obviously radiation. Yes, but it would never be enough to kill anyone, though. Again, well, yeah, but no shit,
Enemy
yeah.
at the cargo containers.
Enemy cluster
A lot of it
strike
is gone, but
incoming.
if you mine, you're taking away Earth. You're, yeah. Yeah, you can't, yeah,
Get it
nothing
together.
grows.
This ain't over yet. Enemy UAV
Like, it's all, yeah. Well, they do the most nuclear testing and stuff like that. I don't know if I don't think they've done it in quite some time because they made it illegal for warfare, so they don't really do any testing on it anymore. Or, hey, let's build a bigger nuke. No. Yeah. Film. Yeah, that's for like film.
Objective failed. Report for debrief.
What do we have left? A bunch of fucking soap opera actors. We're fucked.
Enemy at the back end.
What does Canada have? A bunch of fishermen, farmers, scavengers, foragers. We're good. But yeah, we'll remember everything. You guys are fucked. We come over? No, we're building a wall. That's the best way to fuck America in the end. Can we come over? Nope, we're building a wall. Yep. So, like, Elon is trying to, like, inhabit another fucking planet, and, what, Neil, no, what the fuck is his name? Trying to think of his name right now. Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was making a point. He was like, I don't really necessarily agree with Elon because Elon's trying to say, if we go to Mars, we can cultivate Mars and turn it into an Earth, right? That's what everyone's, like, all scientists are like, yes, we can do this. And so Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, but if we can turn another planet into Earth, why the fuck can't we turn Earth back into Earth? Why can't we just fix it and put it back to the way it was? If we're gonna turn a fucking desolate planet that was once Earth back into Earth, why can't we do that shit here? Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We all need to work together to fix ourselves. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like that. Yeah. I want to make the most. I want to be important. I want to be the inventor of so and so. Yeah. That's like, oh, you barely did anything. Yeah. But that's all like, we've ever tried to do. Like, that's what I'm saying. We've put more interest in what's above than what's under our fucking own feet. We know more about the cosmos than we do about our own planet. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, no. Nope. I don't think ever we're no, well, yeah. Well, that's what America does. They were like, we're the first ones on the moon. Yeah, we all benefit from it, from the new discoveries. Exactly. If you want to get further in life. Like, what did Neil, what did he say?
No, we want to be the first. Yeah.
Well, like what I'm saying now, like, what did he say when he stepped on the moon, man? He said that that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Not America. There was no, like, America in there once. It was just like for all of mankind. It's like, that's my only point on that is, like, he was like thinking, not just thinking, oh, this was a new discovery for America. This is a discovery for all of fucking humanity. Yeah, like, oh, we're all up there and everything like that. Yeah, but like China is making their own. Like within the next few years, they're trying to launch up, they start launching up pods to build their own space station. Because within the next 20, we can't because that would take some time. That would take some time and quite a bit of material. Earth is, I know it's small, but it's also big. No, I know, but like that's the thing. Like if you put all your eggs in one basket, what if there's barely anything there? Because the rover's been there for how many years and has barely discovered any like major minerals. Yeah, the newest thing. Well, they're saying we know for a fact that well, obviously it would be a different environment. We'd be different in a different position from the sun, the moon, and everything. But Mars cooled like a motherfucker, and then it stopped spinning, and then the spinning causes like it creates the atmosphere above it, which keeps it safe from fucking solar rays and radiation and all that stuff, right? And then so if that goes, yeah. Well, we found frozen, liquid ice or whatever the fuck they called it underneath the surface of Mars. That's there. We know there's water somewhat under Mars. they would find a lot of copper. True, from the pressure. Yeah. Copper and zinc. Or gold. It's like, well, unless it's hollow, because if that was the case, if that whole planet was full of like, oh, it's all fucking red, so that means the majority of that planet would have to be copper, which means after that much time, the majority of the planet would have been fucking solid gold. So if you found none, then that planet that you're stepping on right now would fall fucking through. Yeah. Yeah. Like anything with life on there was washed away by solar rays, though, is what I was saying. It's like when the atmosphere went away, the solar rays came in and then basically raped the fucking life on that planet and just decimated it. That's what I'm saying, the solar wind carries like all that shit and then fucking torches it. Yeah. Yeah. There's just barely any oxygen up there. It's very, very, very thin. Well, there's a planet out there that has the highest winds ever recorded in like around as much as we've discovered around our fucking Earth. That is the planet that has the most recorded, like highest recorded winds, and it also fucking rains glass sideways. So, if you ever go on that planet, you're gonna get shredded like a piece of paper in a fucking paper shredder. Like there's high winds on there, there's sandstorms. Well, that's why there's a spacesuit. Yeah. Like, there's no chance of survival on that planet without a spacesuit at the moment. Like, if you went anywhere, you would have to. No. Isn't ionosphere like electricity? Well, that's why they make the spacesuits with special glass, so the UV rays can't come in and just melt your fucking eyeballs. Oh yeah. But what's above our heads and what's below our feet? And it just makes no sense. It's like, why have we put so much effort in discovering what's out there than what's near us? It takes less money to discover what's under your feet than what's fucking 1,000 fucking miles above, like 10,000 miles above you. And then beyond. No. Yeah. Yes. That's why I was gonna. No, that's why I was gonna say unless. But that's why I was gonna say like I don't have the belief in my mind that we'll ever come together as one. I do not, because everyone just wants something. There's always someone. That's what I'm saying. There will never be a such thing as world peace, because there's always some asshole that just wants something. Yeah, it just changes his mind. That's just how the world works. That's people. No, it's just that's people. He has a different opinion. Everyone has a different mind, a different set of fucking ideas, idealisms, and just completely different personalities. Exactly. Some people like tuna, some people like ham. That's what I'm saying, like, world peace is completely impossible. No. It's just, no. Disagreement. Yeah. Exactly. He'll want his own, like, little fucking village, and that'll turn in like a town, then that'll turn into a city. Yeah, no, anyone comes over there. Yeah, great. And then it'll turn back into what we have now. We'll just resort back to fucking kings and queens, and then we'll go back to fucking what we are now, governments. We just start over. Let's get along. So you mean start back again? No. Yeah. Maybe he has the people that know how to build weapons. Yeah. But he doesn't believe in our gods anymore. He believes in a new god. Like, oh shit, okay, don't launch a nuke. We're good. Huh. Like, fucking 80-90% of our oceans itself, just our oceans, are undiscovered. And it's like, no, I know that it's so large, and then it's like, why not fucking search land then? It's like, we do. It's like, yeah, but we still don't know really. What's there? But it's pointless. It's like, what are you gonna do when you get to a star? Well, there's still so many like lost civilizations and stuff like that, not just in the water, but like throughout the fucking world and shit like that that we don't know about. So many mysteries, and it's just like, well, we're never gonna know them. Well, certain mysteries don't not be discovered. Like there was the mystery of Roanoke or whatever, the people from Roanoke, and they just literally disappeared. And then there was like a carving on a tree saying like an island, and then they went there and nobody was there. And it's just like, okay, well, where the fuck did these people just disappear to? All their shit's still here. Nothing looks like they had to leave. Nothing's packed. They just gone. No struggle. Nothing. Just gone. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like, they existed, it's just they don't know what the fuck happened, and we'll never know. Because it's just lost to the ages. And that's kind of what happens with space, and that's why I find it kind of pointless. Because every single second that we're talking right now, something in the universe is getting lost to the fucking sense of time. It's getting too far for us to ever be able to discover. Shit gets... Bro... The universe is ever growing, and shit eventually gets too far for us to discover. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. There you have time and space. Great, yeah. Yeah. Yep. It takes you 2 minutes to walk 30 feet. Holy fuck. Yeah. Or you walk. But that's not a theory. That's fact. It takes time to do something. It takes time to do something. If I'm talking right now, it's taking up time, and that's doing something. So I'm doing something. Yeah. Whatever I'm doing is changing something else. Yes. So yeah. Yeah, that's not a theory though. That's fact. Yeah. That's just knowledge. That's just common though. Like, it's obvious that time and space are linked because you can't do one without the other. Even if you're sitting and doing nothing, you're still sitting and doing nothing. Yeah. Yep. Well, animals, like, concept of time is completely different from ours. A fucking hour to us is a day to them. And so that's what I'm saying. They feel forever. Yeah. Yeah. It makes perfect sense. I already understand. I understand what you're saying. Yes. At the same time, yes. Everything has a different concept of time. Depending, because that would be completely changing the physiology of that plant's life, so it would take time for it to change. Well, it would take time for it to change and evolve to that thing. Like, if the sun got closer, it would take us time to change it. It goes through a bunch of options, every possible option, like, at once, as much as possible. Over time, yes. Yeah. It would just be there. The 9 month, well, it's less distant, so the 9 months goes by faster, but you're still getting the same amount of sun of 9 months. Yeah. They still get the same amount of sun. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really hard to understand, yeah. If someone gets closer, it's the same amount. Well, no, because there was obviously something before nothing. There can never be nothing. There can never be nothing there. Well, there wasn't time back then because nothing was existing. There's something existing, but it's nothing that can have the concept of time. It's just there. Well, obviously, yeah, it's too long ago for us to fucking pull back the video and be like, let's watch this in slow mo. No, but what I'm saying though is, like, it makes sense because if you the light travels at different speeds, and so something from extremely far away, if we can not see it, but we can get a glimpse of it at one point. That's not us seeing it; it's us seeing the light eventually reach our position in fucking space. But there are certain things out there that the light that's generated that's coming towards us will never actually reach us because it's getting too far for that light to reach us. That is a fact. Well, yes, because there's no stars in like a cluster of certain areas of space. Yes, there are no stars, so there's no light. That's basically what a black hole is. it sucks in everything near it and creates like a column of darkness. Nothing can escape it. No, it's just we can't do anything with it. Like, if you get close to it, bye. It's collapsing in on itself. Yes, it's collapsing in on itself and taking everything around it with it. Yes, light is it's the strongest force in the universe. Nothing can escape its gravitational pull, not even light. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Online.
Yeah.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Specialist achieved.
Yeah. Well, it's basically like a crucible of this weapon.
Takes the lead.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like the light, the light from the places that are too far for us to see, when it eventually reaches us, we're not seeing it in its current state. We're seeing what it was like. If that light took it 100,000 years to get to us, we're seeing that planet 100,000 years ago.
Reload. Target down. Reloading.
Yeah.
Friendly care package inbound.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying though. Like it's been explained that it's 50,000. Yes. What we're seeing is that in its state 50,000 years ago. No.
Friendly UAV online.
Yeah.
Enemy precision airstrike inbound. We're winning this. Keep it tight.
Yeah, where you actually turn into light and travel at actual speed of light. No, you probably couldn't. No. That's like fucking a trillion years into the future, if we survive that long, to discover something, like, to build something that could actually keep us safe from that amount of speed. Shut up. I'll try.
I got playing the game with the chainsaw gun.
Now you have to apologize to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him his lunch now.
There you go. Fuck. But yeah, no. But yeah, so like certain things we can't see in its current state because like that's literally what Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about, and he fucking studies all this shit consistently. Obviously, some of it's theory, but this is like they've discussed it, and literally, if you see something 50,000 years in the past, you're never gonna see it in its current state, so you're never actually seeing it. You're seeing what it was. Yeah. It's still the same amount of time. It's just for you, it's not. Like for you, it doesn't feel like it, but realistically, you are actually traveling that time. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to like make the calculations to where you have to go to where it will be. So basically, you can't go there. Like I was saying, there's some where we. My whole point. But yeah, that's obvious. Yeah. Can't be one without the other. This word's gonna be. Yeah. Exactly. So you wouldn't be able. Yeah, so